Hey everyone, welcome to this discussion episode. I'm really excited to get into it. Before we do, can we just go around the table and introduce ourselves?
Hey, I'm August.
Hi, I'm Bodie.
I'm Izzy.
I'm Ellie.
So today we're going to be talking about our favorite movies and other related topics. So I guess getting into it, what are some of your favorite, maybe do we want to start with animated films?
Yes.
Yeah, let's start with that. So what are some of your favorite animated films?
We talked a little bit about this before in our pre-discussion, I guess. But my favorite movie is Howl's Moving Castle. I love Ghibli movies. I think that the art style and the hand-drawn animation is something that will never be dated, and I think that is really, really powerful.
Yeah, for me too. I feel like Studio Ghibli has been such a big part of my childhood and family traditions. My favorite though is Totoro. I feel like it's so classic and nostalgic that it's perfect.
Okay, I got to pause you. Is it Ghibli or Ghibli?
I thought it was Ghibli, but I don't know.
Yeah, me too.
I've always called it Ghibli, but
I thought it was
you
Ghibli,
two started
Oh
calling
my
it Ghibli,
gosh.
so I
Okay,
was
so
like,
I always thought it was Ghibli.
Oh.
So, but I've definitely heard people say it both ways. I don't know what is the more correct.
It
so.
might be neither. That's the truth because it's not an
Yeah.
American actual
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
sounding
true.
thing.
I'm sure it's, yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
I think my favorite Studio Ghibli movie is Kiki's Delivery Service, but I think if I had to choose a favorite animated movie, just based on what I grew up watching the most, it'd probably have to be a Disney movie.
I love Disney movies. I love the 2D animated Disney movies, especially. I think we should bring back more 2D animation because it looks so good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a certain artistry to it, especially a lot of the older ones were actually hand painted, not just drawn. So there's a lot of texture to those films.
My favorite animated movie is probably Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
It's a
Mm.
good one.
I mean, just both of the animated movies. I love the comic aspect. I feel like I haven't seen a lot of movies in that format where it's just like watching a comic book. And that was just really entertaining for me. And I also really love the score of the movie. Just all the music that they play, I really enjoyed. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, the animation style on that one is super unique. It feels like a hybrid of multiple things, but also feels very specific somehow to its own. It has its own feel and style, but doesn't look like other animated films. Yeah. I want to say that that's the same studio that did K-pop Demon Hunters.
I think it
Sure,
is,
it
yeah.
is.
And did they also do The Bad Guys, those films? Because it has a very similar look.
I didn't
I don't
watch
know.
Bad
I didn't
Guys.
I didn't
watch
watch
it
it
either.
either.
Okay. The Bad Guys it's really interesting. So it's it's a heist movie,
Mhm.
right?
Uh-huh.
But it's the Big Bad Wolf is the George Clooney. And they even got someone to voice the Big Bad Wolf who kind of sounds like George Clooney. So it's very much like Ocean's 11 for kids.
Yeah,
I
okay.
love Ocean's
Me too.
11. That's one
Yeah.
of my favorites.
It's a good one.
I love a good heist movie. What are some of your favorite heist movies?
I don't think I've ever seen a heist movie.
I mean,
Really?
I love James Bond. I think I
Yes.
grew up with just what my parents love because they'd be like, we want to go see the new James Bond movie. You're coming with us to the theaters. So James Bond movies. Also Mission Impossible. I don't know if this is a heist movie, but I really like Men in Black. I love Men in Black.
Have y'all seen Now You See Me?
I've heard of it.
It's kind of like a heist movie, but it's also magic because it's these magicians who do the heist. And so I feel like it makes it a lot more interesting because there's some surreal or I guess magical aspects to it.
Interesting.
Does John Wick count as I don't know. I like John
Does
Wick.
something get taken from a place?
I don't know. I've
I haven't seen John Wick, so
I
don't
like
know.
John Wick 4 specifically.
Mhm.
I haven't seen all of them,
Mhm.
but John Wick 4 is really good.
Action movies. Do we feel like action movies need a plot?
I don't like action movies.
I love action.
Isn't John Wick an action
yeah,
movie?
that's the one action movie I like.
I love action movies. I love space movies like
Mhm.
The Martian and The Arrival or something it's called.
yeah.
I'm really excited for Project Hail Mary.
For me, I love the Jason Bourne
Mhm.
series. They're just all
Yeah.
so good. And I feel like those definitely do have plot,
Yes.
but it is somewhat the same plot,
That's
every
James
single
Bond,
time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
but I think it's still very interesting.
Yeah. I think the Bourne movies are really interesting because his identity is kind of constructed over time, over the whole
Mhm.
series. We kind of learn more and more about his past. And yeah, so that does make it feel more plot driven instead of just oh, it's a bunch of car chases, it's
Yeah.
a bunch of gunfighting, it's a bunch of, punches and kicks. Yeah.
I feel like for me, back to your question, if an action movie needs a plot, I feel like it doesn't as long as it's just one movie. But then when it's Fast and Furious, where it's just like they're doing the same thing every time and they're just driving cool, fast cars. Like I get bored of that and I don't want to watch that. So eventually it comes to a point, I think.
I feel
Mhm.
like Marvel movies have plots in their action. Like I love,
for sure.
I love like Guardians of the Galaxy. All the Spider-Man movies are so good.
Mhm.
What are my? I mean, like the Avengers movies. Like, well, I don't know if I'd like sit down and rewatch them right now. Like, as they were coming out, and when Marvel was still like feel like a little more prominent than they are now. Like, it was super exciting to get to see.
Yeah,
And
like
I
the whole
love,
Infinity arc.
yeah, and I love the Marvel. Like, I love how stuff shows up in
Mhm.
other movies, and how like if you've seen more, you understand more. Like that's really rewarding to me.
Yeah, I think that's great. Also, obviously, as a storytelling device, but also as a marketing device,
Mhm.
like just to
Mhm.
have that interconnection across a whole series where people like you can really build a fandom when there's multiple movies across a whole series and it feels really connected and you get attached to the same characters and you see them grow and change over time. I think that's a really cool thing.
I'm just thinking of all the romance movies I like. Like
Yeah.
I love like the Titanic and like The Notebook. And
Love
there's
The
I feel
Notebook.
like I love
I've
The
never
Notebook.
seen The Notebook. This is the second
I
time it's
haven't
come
seen
up this year.
I've also never seen The Notebook.
Yeah,
Okay,
I've
I'm not
never
alone.
I think
this
it's
time.
really good.
You have to watch it at the right time. Like it's not a romance movie you watch by yourself, definitely, but then also it's not like a first or fifth or maybe even 10th date. I feel like it's best the longer you've been in a relationship.
Mhm.
Hmm.
But it's
Yeah.
kind of crazy, and there's definitely I've heard some controversy about like what it says about cheating, and I feel like romance movies in general kind of have that like problem. But I think that the way they deal with it specifically is kind of fine if you like look at it kind of deeply and not just on the surface level.
Yeah, I mean I like I feel like other like 27 Dresses and like I don't know. There's just I could name 1,000, but When Harry
Mhm.
Met Sally,
That's a
got-
classic.
You've Got Mail.
That's like I feel like When Harry Met Sally was like the origin of a specific generation of rom-com movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I will quote that movie all the time.
The movie I quote like all the time, and I think is a huge classic, is The Princess Bride. It is
I
my
love
favorite
The Princess
I love The
Bride.
Princess
romance
Bride.
movie. I've watched it like at least 7 times, and I've read the book as well. It's just love that.
Mhm.
Yeah, you just reminded me of how much I love that movie. I totally forgot about it, but it's definitely somewhere in my top 5, top 10 best movies
I've
of
never
all time.
seen it.
It's amazing. And the
Yeah.
director, Rob Reiner, is like really good. And did another thing. What
R.I.P..
was the other? Yeah, he died recently. But he directed another movie. I think Stand By Me. Did I make that up? That he directed that?
I'm not sure,
well,
but
no
that would
one's
make
fact-checking
sense. There's
me, so
similar
I'm gonna
styles.
say that he
I think you're
did.
right. That sounds right. Because there was that whole like in memoriam where
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I watched both of those back to back that day
Mhm.
he died with my
Mhm.
brother. And they're both so good. Stand By Me is another one of my favorite movies. Anyway.
Mhm. Princess Bride is interesting because like, yeah, there is a romantic element to it, but like,
Hmm.
and that's kind of the main story in a way, but it's also an action movie.
hmm
It's also like a hero's journey
It's like
style
fantasy.
story. Yeah, there's also
Mhm.
Yeah.
fantasy. Yeah, so that's like a very multifaceted movie that I think it's very multi-generational as well. Like I feel like a lot it's not new. Like that came out in the
Mhm.
80s, I want to say, 90s.
But like, I feel like that's just like genuinely a perfect movie because it's like,
Yeah.
who's not gonna like that? I watched it when I was like 6 and I loved it, and I would still watch
See,
it now.
I've
and love
never
it.
seen it because my eldest sister was scared of it. And
That's
like
fair.
I grew up watching movies with my sisters. So like if one of them didn't want to watch it, like I'm
Mhm.
the youngest, so I was never like I never had that control. So I'd be like,
Yeah.
okay, like fine. If she doesn't like it, I probably wouldn't like it either, even though it's such a classic and everyone loves it. Like but I'll watch it at some point.
Yeah. I feel like that's happened to me as a dad too, where there's been like all these movies that I watched as a kid that I'm like, when is the right time
Mhm.
to show you this movie so it doesn't totally freak you out and then you'll hate it?
I have a good movie that's related to animated movies that I was hoping someone would bring up, which is Coraline. If you guys have seen
Oh,
that, I
yeah.
think
Give
that's
me
like
nightmares.
it's so good. When I was like 8, I would watch that movie before bed to like scare myself and like see if I can make it through. But I think I think there's like there's a lot of value to like kind of scary children's media because I think that it like really leaves an artistic impression on kids that's really powerful.
Interesting.
What's
I love that movie. It was so good. Did you guys go see the exhibit that they had here in
Yeah.
Portland? Yeah.
it scared me, but there was another movie by Leica Studios that I'm thinking of that I really liked a lot more. But I don't remember what it was
Was it-
called.
Was it the box trolls?
That
No,
one's
but that
really
one's
good.
really
It's really
good.
good.
It's another one. I don't. It
Is
has the monkeys
Kubo-
in it.
Kubo and the Two Strings.
Yeah, that one's really good.
Kubo and the Two String. Oh,
hmm
Kubo, right?
Yeah,
I remember that one. Yeah.
I love.
really
What's the
good.
premise of that one? I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it in a long time, but it's like
Yeah.
a kid who plays a. What is it? The
Like some
instrument.
sort of. I don't think I'm familiar with.
It reminds me of like a shamisen, I think.
Mhm.
And it's like plays it, and they're like magic strings, and then like papers. It's like
There's
complicated.
like some sort of like thing with the like past and history comes like alive.
Mhm.
Like you can see like there's some sort of like going back in time, but not like literally. But I don't remember the plot exactly.
Interesting.
What's the one about? I'm just completely blanking on the name. About the Mexican Day of the Dead.
Coco.
Coco. That
Coco's
one's
so
really
good.
Yeah,
I
I've seen
forgot
it
about
so many
that movie.
times.
That's probably one of my favorite animated movies.
I was gonna say like we can't talk about animation without talking about Pixar.
I
Yeah.
love.
What are some of your
Pixar.
favorite Pixar films?
Ratatouille.
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 I love The Incredibles. Like I just
Yeah.
so classic to me. And Coco is so good.
Coco's good. Is that Pixar? I didn't know that.
It is, yeah.
Pixar.
Uh-huh.
I guess I don't really know what movies are from what from what places. Like I don't know what Pixar made, what DreamWorks made,
Mhm.
what Disney made. I just, it's all just a movie to me when I watch it, especially when I was like 7 years old. I'm
Oh,
not going to
yeah,
remember
for
it,
sure.
you know.
And I think for a while too, like I want to say, I don't know, 10 years or so, like their styles, especially like between DreamWorks was really chasing Pixar in terms of animation style for a
Mhm.
while. And now I feel like they've like jumped ahead in a way. Pixar has stayed more consistent with their like house animation style.
Mhm.
And I think DreamWorks is branching out a lot more and trying new things in a way that I think is really cool.
Mhm.
But yeah, to me, like Pixar, one of the things about those movies, like there's always an emotional hook. Like
Mhm.
there are several Pixar movies that I've cried during.
Up.
Oh, Up
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh my
Yeah, the
gosh.
first 4 minutes of Up are just gut wrenching.
Yeah.
And it's like to me, the character development that they're able to do in such a short amount of time, both visually, musically, and with dialogue, is like no other studio out there.
Mhm.
You know what DreamWorks movie is good? Shrek.
I
Shrek.
love Shrek.
Shrek is like so I haven't really watched in a while because I watched it when I was like pretty sick in second grade, but like it was like this whole thing. So it like sort of brings that trauma back up, but also in a way like it's very classic.
That's another movie that seemed to somehow stand the test of time, even
Sure.
though like
Yeah.
it's very silly.
I
Yeah.
think it's because it became like a meme.
Yeah.
So for younger generations, it was just like a funny thing, and it was like very often referenced
Mhm.
in pop culture.
I mean that's a movie from when I was, gosh, I don't know how old I was when it came out. We need a fact checker in the background who can check this stuff for us. But I feel like it came out when I was in high school.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. That's,
Really?
What?
Well,
Okay.
while you check this, I had like one of those like little DVD players, like a little screen, and I had like these books of CDs or DVDs, and I would like road trips, plane trips, just every time I was out of the house would watch these same like 50 whatever movies I had on DVD and had collected. So there was like these certain movies that I just have watched so many times that
Mhm.
like really stick with me.
Okay, so Shrek came out in 2001.
Oh my gosh.
I was a freshman in high school.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So
Yeah, you're young.
yeah. So, but the movie's old, like for a movie, and for it to have that like kind of cultural grasp over like really a couple generations at least is really interesting to me. But I do remember seeing like, what was it, like Shrek Crocs or something like that?
Yeah.
And like all this merchandising all of a sudden I was like, what? Why is Shrek a thing again? Like this is such a dumb
Yeah.
movie, but it's so
No,
good.
it's such a good
It's
movie.
good.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like it's very smart. Like the
Yeah.
way that it like, because okay, maybe I'm not right about this, but what I've heard is that the person was like left Disney who made it
Mhm.
and like hated Disney, and they made that movie to like piss off everyone at Disney to like make fun of that, and I think that's so funny. Like I really like it.
Oh, I was just gonna say I feel like it's a clever movie also just because of the storyline. Like I think it's one of those like children's movies that like my parents would still enjoy to watch with me because it like plays with themes of like identity and like feeling like you're out like an outsider or like left
Mhm.
out. And I think it's just like also just sort of like the good moments are very happy and positive, and they bring I think like a lot of light into like just like these dark moments.
Yeah. It's a good classic like underdog type film.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't even. Is it even an underdog? Like, I think
I
it's
mean,
like
yeah, Shrek is
like,
definitely an
yeah.
underdog.
I
Yeah.
thought you mean like the movie itself as an underdog compared to
No,
other
no.
movies.
No,
I was
it was
like,
very popular when it came out. It had a good run, and I think that's especially because it had Mike Myers as a lead voice
Mhm.
actor. That was after the success of like Austin Powers and things like that. So like I think they had some automatic draw. They made some really smart casting decisions with him and Eddie Murphy
Isn't
and others.
Martin Short the donkey? Or am I
That's Eddie
wrong?
Murphy.
Eddie
It's
Murphy's
Eddie Murphy.
the donkey.
Oh
I
my
didn't
God.
know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh huh. Yeah. Like if you listen to his voice now
Yeah,
with that knowledge,
I
you
can
can't
picture it,
unhear it. Yeah.
Do y'all have any favorite trilogies or series?
Harry Potter movies.
I
The
think
Hunger
they're
Games
good.
movies,
I'm-
but they're all book adaptations.
I'm glad to hear you say that because I've had a lot of people like not like the Harry Potter movies, but I think they're so
I just
good.
like I could rewatch them. I mean I love Harry Potter. I love the books. I
Mhm.
love like the whole universe. So it's just like I'm very loyal. Like if I like a TV like a character in a show or a character in a movie, like I'll keep watching just for them and to see
Mhm.
them succeed.
hmm Yeah. Harry Potter was big for me as a kid as well.
Mine's a big classic. It's just Star Wars. I love the Star Wars franchise. It's just a legendary series for me. I watched it. I mean, I've been watching it on repeat since I was like 6 years old, which is maybe even too young for Star Wars because like there's some bad stuff in there.
Some
but
stuff
like,
happens, man. Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I just love it, and it just puts me into this like fantastical realm that no other movie series really does for me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the newer Star Wars films?
I hate it. I hate them all. All
Did
the
you
new
watch
ones.
like The Mandalorian and stuff? And you
The last one that I watched was the one that had the girl named like Ray or something. Where
hmm
yeah,
Yeah, that's from the last trilogy of the.
yeah, I just stopped
Canon
watching
films.
whatever they pumped out after that because like this is garbage. I don't want to watch
Yeah.
anymore.
I really had high hopes for her character, and it was just ultimately disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, sweet, a female lead. This is going to be awesome. She seems like a total badass. But then it's just, yeah, everything around her was not enough to
Yeah.
support
No.
what her character could have been.
And plot holes too everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I've heard like notes about the production of those, like pretty much everything after Rogue One, essentially, was just so loose in terms of the writing. Like there were rewrites like day of shooting and things like that. Where like those movies had the opportunity to be so good.
Yeah.
Like the whole
really.
Lucas franchise has been amazing. You know, despite anyone's opinions on like, oh, he shouldn't have redone episodes, you know, whatever. But I don't know. It had so much potential, and
Did
it's
you-
sad that it didn't come
Did
to
you know
fruition.
Enrique was in one of the Star Wars movies?
What?
In the background.
yeah.
Is this a real story?
Yeah,
Is
it
this
was
one of those
shot.
stories
It was
there?
shot
I
in
was there.
Sevilla. It was shot in this like specific like courtyardy area. I've actually
Mhm.
been there before, but it like he was in the background, like
Yeah.
one of the people walking.
like you can pause and you can see him.
I don't.
It's no because they like with special effects they like made everybody in the
Look
background like,
like-
a monster from
Oh,
Zork
okay.
Land or
yeah,
whatever,
like
you
it's
know?
like they're not real
Mhm.
humans, but like he is potentially one of them.
Potentially.
But like he was there. So
Okay.
it's like fine.
Interesting.
I like Twilight.
Twilight.
I've never seen it.
You don't need to.
Yeah,
I know.
Well, I mean,
They're like I feel like
They're
it's
not,
like a
like,
cult clap. They're not like
good,
good,
but they're
Yeah.
like again like just the story. Like it's just sort of like I love the characters sort of.
Mhm.
I think I put it on with my girlfriend and then we just like didn't watch it. It was just like it wasn't hooking or anything.
It's like so for people my age, it was a fun movie to hate watch at the time. Like
Mm-hmm.
you would get friends over and just like make fun of the movie while watching it.
Well,
essentially,
apparently a
That's
Catlin
fun.
family owned the Cullen house.
really,
What?
They were in
Oh,
my
I've heard
sister's
that.
grade.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
graduated, but there was
Mhm.
there was a family that owned that house.
Oh, you guys want to hear something cool?
Yeah.
So over the summer, I did this 2-week backpacking and rock climbing expedition in Colorado. And after it was all done, we went to this wolf reserve and we did like some volunteer work. But I actually met one of the like descendants of the wolves that were used in the Twilight series.
Whoa.
Which is really
the
cool.
descendants.
That's wild.
It was, I think, or not the descendant. I think it was like the niece or nephew of the wolf that was used in Twilight. Yeah.
So
That's funny to
funny.
think that the wolves had nieces and nephews. Yeah.
My personal favorite is the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I
Mm.
feel like it's so well done.
Never seen it.
And it's pretty long, but I watched it all in one sitting. And I feel like, so it's like 10 hours in total.
Extended editions or
We did not. No, I didn't watch the extended.
Yeah, because the extended
editions.
editions are like 13 hours
Yeah.
of watching
Yeah,
altogether.
it's crazy.
Not that I've ever done it. No, I've definitely done that. Yeah, you're right though. Such a good franchise, and like I feel like they do a great job of capturing the spirit of the books without necessarily having to walk through every painstaking detail. But they feel accurate, and they don't feel like they change things for the sake of making them like more cinematic or something like that. They just told the story.
Yeah, and it ended up being. I mean, it's such a good story already, and just keeping it accurate, along with some pretty good artistic choices, and
Mhm.
the setting is also very pretty, and so that leads itself to being very cinematic.
Yeah. One thing that I appreciate about those movies from a technical perspective is how much of like the special effects that they did just in camera. So there's not
Yeah.
a ton. I mean, there is obviously some digital editing too, where they add some more things, but they do like all of the miniature stuff
Yeah.
is real. All that stuff is really
The
cool.
miniature stuff is so impressive how they did that, and then the other. I thought like the Golem Smeagol acting and like
Mhm.
the technology they used with that is like crazy. I feel like the production side of that movie or of those movies is just really impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. Andy Serkis, who
Mhm.
played Gollum, is
Yeah.
such an amazing, and not just a motion capture actor, but also a voice actor.
Yeah.
And it's so cool that he got to do both parts of that process.
What do you think about the Avatar movie
Oh,
franchise?
Oh, okay. So I haven't seen the second one.
Well, so I watched the first one, and I remember
Mhm.
my parents being like, Ellie, like, this is like the future of CGI. Like, this is so
Mhm.
like amazing. And I was like, wow, like so cool. I love like world building stories.
Yeah.
And then I just like never had interest in the second one, which I thought it was going to be this huge deal because
Mhm.
it takes them like 10 years to make it.
It was a very expensive movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't want to misquote, but I know it was one of the more expensive movies ever made. when
Yeah.
they
It
shot
was at the time it was the most expensive movie.
Okay.
ever
Yeah. That's
made,
what I thought.
I mean,
yeah.
it makes sense if you watch it. It's like,
Yeah,
pretty
because so much of it is, I mean, all the animation costs a lot of money because you got to pay a lot of people to do all that work,
Oh.
but also the locations that they used as well. There was a lot of uproar about how it was shot specifically in terms of frame rate. So like some parts of it were shot at 24 frames per second, some of it was shot at 60, and some was shot at 120. And they didn't do anything to compensate for that after filming. So like suddenly like the way that motion looks will just jump, and it'll look like very choppy or very smooth right after one another, like even in the same scene. So I remember amongst film nerds like me, there was a bunch of controversy around that. So I never bothered to see it in theaters, but I still want to watch it someday because I've heard so much about it, good and bad. Well, thanks for hanging out, y'all. This has been really fun, and I'll see you in the next one.
thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Bye.
The music in this episode is from the GarageBand Loops library.